Welcome to this week's episode of Football Chaos. It is week 10, but before we jump into that, let's go back and look at week 9, where I ended up going 8-5. And a few games I did get wrong in the week 9 was the Packer-Bear game. I did pick the Packers. I think they would have won it. Aaron Rodgers went down in that first drive. I think that really changed the game there. So the Bears got that win. The Eagles surprised me. Nick Foles, 7 touchdowns, but I'll talk about that later. The Chargers over the Redskins, it was an overtime game. It was a fun game to watch. Then the Saints just looked terrible on the road against the Jets. And the Bengal-Dolphin game on Thursday, the Dolphins kind of surprised me there. I kind of lost faith in them, and they kind of showed up. So good for them. But those were my 5 games I did get wrong. Bringing my overall for the season at 81-52. So not bad. I'm hoping to get double wins over losses, but we'll see. Moving on to my wows this week. My first one, as I said, Nick Foles went 406 yards and 7 touchdowns. He tied the touchdown record with Peyton Manning tied it earlier this season. First game of the season, actually. And then my second one goes to Andre Johnson, who had 229 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. Both big games for them. And my third wow is going more of a disappointment side. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. This is huge for the Packers. He is pretty much their offense. He's able to make anyone pretty much look good. So without them, they are hurting. So Aaron Rodgers down. Speaking of that, let's go into our Week 10 picks. It's actually a rough week for me. I sat down, had to look at some things. It was tough for me to make some decisions, but I was finally able to make them. The first game, Redskins versus the Vikings. The Vikings actually looked good last week. The Redskins got their win in overtime. It's going to be a tough game, but I'm still going to go with the Redskins over the Vikings. I just don't know how consistent the Vikings can be with only 1 win this season. Next, the Eagle-Packer game. If Aaron Rodgers was in this, no question. However, he's not. This makes it a tough decision for me, so I'm actually going to pick the Eagles on that one, just because Nick Foles had a great game and Seneca Wallace did not last week. But he will have some time to practice. Next, Titans versus Jacksonville. The Jaguars need to win before I pick them, so Titans, no question there. Steelers-Bills, another question. I think the Steelers are a better team. However, the Bills looked good last week against the Chiefs for most part of that game. I'm going to pick the Steelers, but I think I'll regret it. Next, Giants-Raiders. Giants have won 2 in a row. I think they're going to make it 3. I don't have much faith in the Raiders. Pryor's kind of lifted that team up, but I just don't think they're that good, so Giants win that game. Next, we have the Colts versus the Rams. One of my easier games, I am picking the Colts. Even though the Rams have been kind of up and down, I don't think they're going to beat the Colts even when they're up. Seahawks-Falcons is another easy game for me. I'm going Seahawks. Not a lot of question there. The Falcons are beaten up, and they just haven't looked good this season. Moving to the Bengals and the Ravens. This was a tough call. The Bengals lost last week. I didn't expect them to. So I am going to still pick the Bengals this week. I just don't have a lot of faith in the Ravens. Even though they are Super Bowl champs, they haven't played like it this year. So I am going with the Bengals. Next, Lions-Bears. If Cutler plays, he says he would be willing to play. We're not sure yet. I think the Lions win this. McCown plays. He looked really good last week. I kind of want to pick the Bears if McCown played. I don't know how good Cutler will be after being out for a while, but I will pick the Lions either way just to take that out of consideration. The Lions will win the game against Bears. Next game, 49ers-Panthers. Another tough game. Both are looking pretty good right now, but I am going to take the 49ers. They're getting some key components back this week. Got a receiver, so I think they're going to be good, and they will fight through and beat the Panthers. Cardinals-Texans. Texans looked good last week against the Colts, and then they kind of dropped off in the second half like they normally do. But the Cardinals have really good defense. It's a tough game. I am going to pick the Cardinals. Like I said, I'm not very confident in my picks this week. Next, Broncos-Chargers. I think the Chargers have enough talent to keep up with the Broncos, but will they? That's the question. I am going to pick the Broncos in this one as well, but I could regret that one. Saints-Cowboys, another good game. If Romo shows up and starts throwing the ball around, they could keep up with the Saints, but the Saints are home, and that's where they like to play. I am going to take the Saints over the Cowboys there. And the next one, Monday night game, Dolphins, Buccaneers. Gotta go with the Dolphins. Buccaneers gotta win before I pick them. So that makes it easy for that one. Those are my picks. Hopefully you guys all had a good week. Enjoy your football. I know some big college games going on tonight as well as the Monday night or Thursday night game. So enjoy your football and good luck this weekend.